For me, it's the main thing that I look for in a cock is, of course, number one for me is attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, once you got some good blood, some, let's just say, for example, you hatch out of a trio and you raise up 7 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Bred the same brother. I mean, out the same rooster, single mated to the same hen. All right, you raise 7 brothers up.
Okay.
When you're watching them as they grow up, there's naturally just going to be a boss. One of them's going to be the boss. There's one that'll have that extra little bit of plumage.
Mm-hmm.
The one that he'll stand a little taller, or and then when they get older and you start pinning them up, you'll just notice. Well, I notice because I look at my roosters all the time. I walk through pens, and some birds, it doesn't matter what day it is, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing or whatever, when you walk by the pen, they'll just cut a wing to you, or
Mm-hmm.
just jump up to the roost pole and pop their wings. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's letting you know something, that he's an alpha. You know what I mean? He's an alpha
Right.
male.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people tell me, some of the old timers too. They told me, well, you know how I pick a brood cock, and I'm like, no, sir. He says, well, he says, I'll turn. I have some roosters out on the cords. He says, and I'll turn some hens loose, and they watch the hens. And he says, the ones that the hens go to the most, he says, they know more than we do which one's the dominant one. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I thought about it for a second, and I said, you know what? That might be right. I mean, I haven't done that, but some guys have, you know what I mean? But me, I like to choose a rooster that's had a good attitude all his life, never been sick.
Mm-hmm.
Some birds get a little sick here and there, and you got to doctor them. A broodcock to me is a bird that stays healthy. He has a
Mm-hmm.
good appetite, good conformation, and good attitude. I
Right.
never breed. There might be a yard burning ace, but if he's a mean rooster, if he's mean all the time, I will not breed a mean rooster. I'm not doing
Got
that.
you. Got
Yeah.
you.
So, for me, like I said, it's going to be number one, attitude. And really, basically, the attitude kind of covers everything to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's got to have the attitude, got to
Mm-hmm.
act like a brood cock, you
Mm-hmm.
know.